Hello again guys, this is part 2, bit of a follow on from the first video. I've taken it out on a very muddy day, but I couldn't resist. I just had to see what it's got to offer. So it's absolutely caked in shit in places I'd rather it wasn't, but that's what it's for, I suppose. First impressions are brilliant. I couldn't be happier with it, honestly. Everything just feels so premium. That dropper post is an absolute revelation. I just can't believe how much more confidence you have dropping into stuff like that. It just soaks up, the fork soaks up everything. There's one part over here where it turns into a bit of a ditch, and I was offline, maybe like the third dropping. I say dropping, rolling. And I kind of went into this ditch. Here it is here, but you can see my tyre mark, but it was almost as if it wasn't even there. Now normally that would have been a bit sketchy for my riding back in the day, but might not look like much, but you know, it's quite a bit of elevation and you do get some speed coming down there, especially with it being so sludgy and muddy and horrid. But the confidence that the tyres are giving me, I watched Global Mountain Bike Network or something it's called on YouTube, and he said keep your foot on the outside, and I've been doing that, and I tell you what, you can keep your feet in the pedals the whole time and it's absolutely brilliant. I would recommend a set of pedals. My friend gave me these, Mark Kershaw, shout out to Mark Kershaw, and they're amazing. I feel like I'm clipped into them. It is so good. You'll have to forgive my heavy breathing because I'm very out of practice and unfit at the moment, I suppose. But I've heard bad things about the brakes as well, but I tell you what, the stopping power just from a tiny little pull here and there, amazing. The crankset on Vitus's website says it's a Shimano, but when I was getting it from Chain Reaction Cycles, it says or a nuke proof chain set crank, but it is all the hollow tech, I believe it's called. Race face crank arms. Oh yeah, the gears, one cassette, it's 1 to 11, 10 to 51 tooth, or it could be 11 to 51 tooth, but the spread is perfect. You can barely pedal it in the highest gear, and then the lowest gear, you're pedaling uphill like it's a flat. It's just amazing. Yeah, the tyres again, there's so much grip and so confidence inspiring. I fully set up the shock last night. What I did, there's a QR code there, and I scanned that, and it took me through to Fox's website, which I was pleasantly surprised at, because after then doing a bit of research, I found out that these are Fox internals, Fox rail internals. Sorry, forgive the camera, it's not a great one. But yeah, absolutely over the moon. If you have a mountain bike already and you don't have a dropper post, you need to get one. I just cannot believe the stuff I was able to ride down so much more easily. I mean, I did have a couple of little step offs here and there, but I tell you what, I'm absolutely having the time of my life. I'm back out in nature by the river, riding down some steep hills. That'll be one day, you know what I mean? And this would eat that up with a bit more skill and a bit more confidence. This is going to eat that up. Oh, honestly, I'm absolutely super impressed that it feels so lightweight. The only thing I might change is 10mm off either side of the bars. Sorry about my camera work. 10mm either side of the bars. But it even came with all little nice things like this. You know, I might stick that on again because it came with 3. But little frame protectors, just go in the extra little mile. The fork, oh, it just feels so good. I mean, it's got a through axle as well, and I think it's a 15mm through axle, and I tell you what, there is no movement in that whatsoever. It feels like I'm riding a motorbike. It is that stiff. The tyres are taking up a lot of the chatter. There's still quite a bit there, I've got to admit, but it is, for a hardtail, I tell you what, that felt as plush as anything to me. And on a couple of little bunny hops off curbs and stuff, the front fork, it's amazing. It really is. It's the best suspension fork I've ever had by a country mile. I should have mentioned in the last video as well, I stopped riding mountain bikes and started riding motorbikes. So I was still sort of half bike fit in that sense, but obviously nothing on the old MTB riders. So yeah, I'm loving getting back into it. I mean, you can't ride motorbikes in the winter anyway, so it's another reason why I decided to purchase it. And after some long, hard research, I decided to get this one, and honestly, I couldn't be happier. If you are thinking about getting one, they come up on sale all the time. I mean, for 1,250 quid, my friend was saying it is still a good value bike, but I got it half price on a sale, so you should absolutely consider purchasing one yourself. Cheers.